Hey, it's vanilla.
Thanks.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry if I've been mean to you.
I forgive you, Michael. You know, you had every reason to hate me, so that's okay.
Mostly it was because I didn't want you to fall in love with Jason. But now I guess it's okay.
But, buddy, you know Sam and the baby are living with me.
You like her, right?
Sure.
And you like him?
Yeah.
Then how is that different from love?
People live together for all kinds of reasons. But with me and Sam, it's so her baby can have a good home.
Couldn't Sam do that herself?
Yeah, she could, but we just, we think it's better that the baby has two parents.
Are you the baby's father from biology?
No. No, I'm not, but I'm gonna take care of this baby the same way I took care of you.
Is my dad the baby's father?
You don't know?
I know your dad pretty well. Are you sure he never told you that he was the father of Sam's baby?
At the park a long time ago, but then Sam took a special test and said different.
Right, well, I can't really explain, the whole thing with the test, but your dad is the father of Sam's baby. So that's your little sister right there, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner, Michael. I honestly thought you knew.
I was gonna ask, but I didn't think I should.
Why?
Every time my parents talk about Sam's baby, my mom gets into a bad mood.
Well, that's because, Sam and your dad were... Well, that's... What?
I don't know, maybe I can try to explain this. There was a time when your mom and dad were really mad at each other. And during that time, your dad and I became friends. We became really good friends, and that's when I got pregnant. But your daddy wanted to go back to your mommy, and he wanted to go back to you and Morgan, and he wanted you all to be a family again.
Did it make you sad?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. At first it did. But after I thought about the decision your father made, I really couldn't be happier.
What happened when the baby is born? Is she gonna stay with us?
No, my baby will always stay with me.
What about Jason? Is he gonna stay with you too?
Sam is gonna stay with me.
Were you in love with my dad?
Why do you ask?
Because I heard that you have to be in love to make a baby.
You remember when I told you there's like a time where I'm gonna have to tell you certain things? Mm-hmm. Well, this is a little complicated, this one. So you don't even have to worry about it because everything is gonna work out.
What you can do, Michael, is give me and Jason a lot of help once the baby's here.
Diapers? No thanks.
No, come on. I'd never ask you to change diapers.
Yes, you would.
This is going to be your little sister. You're going to have to maybe read her books and teach her how to draw.
Yeah,
like really cool
you're
stuff
gonna have
like
to
that.
look out for her the way you do for Morgan.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can have a little brother and sister. And I'll always be the oldest.
No, that's a pretty good deal, don't you think?
The best.
There you go.
Come on, I'll walk you home.
Do you ever think about when you were my dad?
Yeah, all the time.
I want you to be as good a dad to Sam's baby as you were to me.
I will do my best. Come on.
Good night, Sam. Good night, little sister.
Why was it our job to tell Michael the baby was Sonny's?
Sonny and Carly were probably getting around to it.
When he was 15? I mean, seriously, what were they waiting for? Oh, wait, whoa, no, wait. I know what they were waiting for. They were waiting for you to tell them, right?
You wanna save some of this?
No, don't try and distract me. Because you know that I'm right. Anything that is messy or uncomfortable for Sonny and Carly, they leave for you to fix, including telling their child that Daddy got the lady across the hall pregnant.
Okay, you're right, Sam, you're right. They should have told Michael, but I understand why they didn't.
Well, then can you explain to me? Because I don't understand what Sonny does and why, because it's really confusing me right now.
Because when Sonny and Carly fight, it gets ugly. They scream at each other, they break things, and it's not just Sonny. Carly goes back at him just as hard. And Michael's been there to see some of that, and his parents don't ever want him to see anything like that again.
And I understand that. I would...
So this whole situation, Carly's hurt and mad that Sonny got you pregnant, Sam, and she cannot let go of it. But now, on the other hand, you know everything's pretty good. She and Sonny are happy, but every time she hears about you or the baby, she tenses up waiting for the fight. And you know what? I can't blame Sonny, because sometimes it's just easier not to say anything.
No, I mean, you're right about Carly. I see it every time she looks at me. I mean, she's not just mad that I'm carrying Sonny's baby, Jason. She's mad that I'm living here with you.
It's more than that. Carly's mad because I like you.
You like me?
Sure.
Thanks. I mean, that's just, it's nice to hear. I like you too. Which is good. For the baby. I mean, you know, I wouldn't want her growing up in a house where the adults don't get along and they just kind of grit their teeth and don't say anything to each other just to keep the peace. I think kids can pick up on stuff like that.
You're right, they do.
And it's not like you say much anyway. Although it's easy to tell when you're mad or upset, you are keyed up and silent. As opposed to, well, silent and silent.
You think I'm easy to read?
Yes, actually, I think you're easy to read. You don't use a lot of words for conversation, but it's pretty clear what you're thinking unless you're completely shut down.
Well, you use a lot of words.
That's because I'm trying to keep up both ends of the conversation.
You like to talk?
You know, yeah, sometimes. But first I kind of say what I think, and then I say what I think you think, and then I say something else and you say nothing, and then I drive you crazy like I'm driving you crazy right now, probably.
Yeah.
No? Come on,
really.
please. That's probably why you work so much, because you probably don't mind getting shot if you, buys you a little peace and quiet.
Yeah, well, that's what I always thought I wanted. You know, last time I took off, I traveled all over the place. I would go for days without talking to anybody, and Sam, it is easier. But in the end, easy wasn't what I wanted.
Me either. I mean, let's face it, having a baby isn't easy. And the idea of being a mother still scares me to death, but Jason, I am looking forward to it more than anything. I guess I just realized that easy doesn't always get you everything. I mean, sometimes the things that are the most difficult end up being the best.
All right, I'm gonna wait out here.
No, you need to hear this. You're gonna be in the delivery room, right?
I thought Emily would be better, but if you really want me, you really want me in there?
Jason, excuse me, I'm sorry. I was going to call you.
What's wrong?
I need your help. Christina needs a bone marrow transplant. And close relatives are usually a match, but both Alexis and Ned have been rejected.
Oh, how terrible for both of them.
Jason, I know you don't consider yourself a Quartermain,
No,
but
I'll get tested right now.
Oh, thank you.
Sam, you know I was gonna really be with you for your appointment,
No,
right?
yeah, of course. I know. Go. Go, Jason. This is so much more important, please.
Your due date must be coming up. How do you feel?
Good, actually. I mean, I feel great. This is probably the most secure and settled I've ever felt in my entire life, thanks to Jason.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell he really cares about you. And though I never thought I would say it, I really believe you are good for him.
Jason. Dr. Weber just told me that you were tested to be a possible donor for Christina. Thank you.
What's it got to do with you?
Well, I care about Alexis, Jason, and her daughter. Sure you feel the same way about Sam and her baby. How is she, by the way?
She's fine.
I'm surprised Sonny isn't rooming around here. I know how territorial he feels about his children.
This is none of your business, Rick.
Well, it's just an observation, Jason. Look, I'm sure Sonny's finally realized that father is not synonymous with owner. Maybe he realized that Michael and Morgan are enough and he doesn't have to constantly cling to this daughter of his like it's some possession that somebody's gonna try and steal.
Where are you going with this?
We're waiting to get a bone marrow donor.
Jason's getting tested now.
Oh.
I mean, he's a quartermain, and Monica said that relatives had the best chance, so he
right.
would... I can't imagine what you're going through right now. I think about my baby all the time.
You don't ever stop worrying, and there will never be a time where you're not going to put them in front of you.
Please, Alexa, if there's anything I can do for you, and I mean anything at all.
Maybe there is.
Why this sudden interest in Sonny's attitude toward his daughter?
Well, believe it or not, this child is my niece. I'm just curious about how my brother, well, what his role is going to be in her life.
Let me say this. You're not going to use Sam's baby against Sonny. And if you try to use his kids, that's a line you don't want to cross.
Please thank Jason for getting tested for me. I really appreciate it.
I will.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to check in on Christina.
Okay, I have to meet Jason anyway, so I will be praying for you and your little girl. Hang in there.
Thank you. How old does the donor have to be?
You said the results shouldn't be long, but you don't have to wait around for me.
No.
Oh, excuse me. I want to thank you so much for going through with this, but unfortunately, you're not a viable donor for Christina.
Well, I guess it was worth a try.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for letting me know about this.
You're welcome. And by the way, Alexis said that she would like to see you. I was thinking about when I represented you, when you wanted custody of Michael, and I knew at the time that you didn't have a prayer of getting that. Because you weren't the biological father. Even though you were the one that took care of him for a year, you're the one who loved him, you're the one that Michael depended on. You weren't the biological father, and the court validates biology above and beyond everything else. I also remember that you were the only one that ever showed concern for Michael. You put his happiness first. You wanted the best for him. You wanted to do right by him, and that's what we need to do as parents. We need to do right by our children.
Well, why are you telling me this?
My baby is very sick. And I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose.
Alexis, don't do this. Alexis is worried about her daughter, Jason.
Alexis
She's
wants
added
to see
stress from
me,
you.
Rick.
Please,
She
I have
asked to see
something I
me.
need to discuss with him, and it's important.
We found a donor for Christina.
Oh my God. Who are they? How soon can they get here?
She lives just outside of Port Charles. She's on her way in now, and we can start the procedure as soon as she gets here.
I'm glad Christina's going to be okay.
I'm sorry for dragging you into this.
Oh, it's okay. Do you want to tell me whatever you were trying to say?
I'm exhausted, obviously, so I'm rambling a lot, and unfortunately, you got caught up in that. You know, being tested, and that meant a lot to me, and it was more than generous.
It was no trouble. I just came from the hospital. They found a marrow donor for Christina.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I heard Dr. Werber tell Alexis.
Oh my God, it's a miracle.
Well, that's great news for both of them.
Yeah. We have some business when you get a chance.
Okay, just give me a minute.
No, you know what, Sonny? It's okay. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's got to be hard for Alexis and how much she loves her daughter, but you know that really. So what is the point, right? I gotta.
Where are you going?
You know, I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. I'm gonna go to the hospital and visit my father.
Alcazar made a move.
Tries to double-cross Durant, doesn't work. Tries to kill him, blows that too.
Well, what do you want to do?
What do I want to do?
You want to stop him?
I want to, yeah, but I can't. Because at the hospital, I threatened to kill him. Durant was there, nurses, they all heard it.
I'd like you to relay a message to your brother.
Should leave Courtney out of it. You got a message for Sonny, tell me. Courtney, you should go inside and take him with you.
No way, man. I'm staying.
Let's go. Come on.
I confiscated last night. It's the first of many. I'm going to dismantle Sonny's operation piece by piece, and I'm going to put it back together under my banner.
Is that the message?
Sonny threatened my life in front of witnesses. If anything should happen to me, he'll spend the rest of his life in prison. So, the message is, I'm untouchable.
Hey, need some help?
Hey, just go back inside.
What are you talking about, man? Take him out right now.
I said stay out of my business.
Let him go.